that you're shining now. Shine out the best, 'cause then you shine.
What is going on, everybody? This is Personah here. Just wanted to teach you guys a new rotation for the new upcoming patch to just hit us. Basically, nothing really too much has changed along with the icicles. Basically, still stacking haste as I normally do. At 5.3 is a different story. I stacked mastery to get those bigger isolance crits. But basically now this game is about stacking your icicles in a stack of 5. Everything can be done, you know, pretty easily. One of the main ways to get a icicle proc is through your living bomb. 2 targets is the best, actually. 3 is too much and isn't crit enough. 1 is you're taking your chances with not necessarily getting a crit. As far as frost bomb, it is a for sure frostfire proc, but now with the game being so easily to dispel them and healers really being on that, living bomb and nether tempest are really your only choices. Although nether tempest can be a good damage dealer, it's not necessarily the one you want unless you're in a really big group fight the whole game. This is, you know, just out of RBGs. Arena, you definitely want to go with living bomb. It only takes 2 living bombs and it's a lot more uptime. Nether tempest you have to mess around with more, and needs more uptime. You need to constantly be putting it on every single target just to get those efficient crossfire procs. If you're really good at it, you can get away with Nether tempest. But for the average mage, for a good mage, and for most mages, living bomb is the way to go. Talent-wise, you still want to go with presence of mind, temporal shield, ring of frost, and cold snap, living bomb, and enchanter's ward. Enchanter's ward still gives you that 15% damage buff, which you want on as you damage a target. That's preferably when you're going for kills in arena. RBGs is a little bit different depending on if you can get that target to hit you, or any target no matter. Dot damage usually takes it off and gives you that 15% in RBGs. So now that we've given you kind of the basics, talents and stuff like that, we're gonna go over stats. So this season I have gone with stacking haste. Now when I say stack haste, I'm gemming haste. I'm not reforging into it. I'm reforging that into my secondary stat. Preferably, the best way I can put this is mastery still does a lot of damage. Now you may not think of it because you think of icicles, but if you stack up 5 icicles and unload them on a target with an alter time, and you reset back to 5 icicles, that's proven that it's going to outdo more damage than if you didn't have that much mastery. So what I've taken this season is I've taken haste gems, reforged into mastery, and haste second. Of course, hitting my hit cap at 6%, and you want to get that to as close to 6% as you can. I prefer getting add-ons like Reforged Light. It does everything for you. It really lays out the groundwork, so you really don't have to do any calculations in your head. You basically just choose what you want as your primary stats and secondary stats and stuff like that. As a trinket, I use the Freedom Trinket and my On-Use Trinket. I don't like going on proc Trinket as much, just because I know that I can set up my burst around On-Use. If you're a human, definitely, you know, get the proc Trinket with the On-Use. I mean, insane damage, and I also have a human mage. But besides the gear, reforged into haste, gemmed into haste, forged into mastery, secondary haste. This is gonna be a primary rotation for me as a big burst target. Basically, you want to Nova the target and get a living bomb up. What that living bomb will do is, see how that just crit? It'll give instant crit on basically every time, just because that target was in that Nova. So a big important thing to remember is when you want to do big damage and get the most out of your living bomb, Nova the target first. It doesn't matter if the Nova breaks. Here, I'll show you again. So when you Nova and put the living bomb on, watch, it'll still crit. That one didn't crit, that's a bad example. That one didn't crit again. There we go. See, that is the major difference that a lot of mages don't know, is when you Nova and put living bomb on a target, it still gives you such a high crit chance and gives you the maximum potential out of your living bomb. So now that we got that, basically what I want to do is I want to get 5 icicles. And as I'm stacking this up, I'm saving my Fingers of Frost procs, and hopefully I get my Frostfire proc. Alright, so now I'm gonna alter time orb. After I release these, I get back 5 icicles. And then for maximum amount of damage, you're gonna want to orb. Now keep in mind I didn't use my on-use there, and I didn't use any haste break or icy veins or anything like that. But you guys get the majority of the picture. You want to use your pet, as a lot of people don't know, your pet is actually a big damage dealer. I know a lot of mages have their pet on passive just for the pet novas, just for the instant two Fingers of Frost. But what a lot of people don't know is stacking mastery or having mastery with your pet also increases their damage by a ton. And if you just have a pet not doing anything in a whole game, you're not going to have the max damage potential that you could potentially have. So along with that, you're going to want to pop your on-use and your icy veins, which I have in a macro here. Pull this up just a second. So here we go. It's my Grievous Gladiator's Badge of Dominance, which is my on-use, and my icy veins. Those you primarily want to put in a one-shot macro, not necessarily using mirror images, because sometimes if you pour too much damage out, they can negate it really easily as a mage. Say a hunter deters or another mage blocks, you don't want to be using all your weapons at once. RBGs is a little different, you can get away with popping everything, but I like to have these two primarily separate. So basically what we went over is we went over a rotation, which is gain 5 icicle procs, Nova, living bomb, and you want to Nova into living bomb. Then you want to stack your 5 icicle procs. You want to get all your procs up, your 2 Fingers of Frost and your 1 Frostfire Bolt. Alter time, dump all your procs, and by the time your alter time is up, or you can actually manually set it back if you get done with it, it'll give you back your 5 icicle procs, and then you can rinse and repeat. And other mages don't save their orb potentially. Sometimes when I'm DPSing a target, especially in arena, I'm sometimes starved for Fingers of Frost procs. So I won't initially use my orb, as crazy as that sounds, in my main damage. But play around with that, take my advice into consideration. So if you guys want to reforge after me, look at my gear, look at my stats, what I'm pulling, go to WoW and the WoW Armory and look at Persona and Dark Sphere. Alright, thank you guys.
Shine now.